Let's paint this super easy macaron together. I even provide you with a free outline that looks like this so that you can trace it onto your watercolor paper without worrying about drawing it freehand. I've gone over the pencil line with a fineliner pen. This is a 0.3 and this must be waterproof if you're going to go down this route. I'm using my favourite colours, my favourite paints. You use yours. These are all from Deep Light, but you can match the colours to similar colours that you've got by using my easy matching colour system, which I will pin on the top of your screen right now. The colours that I'm using are Peach Blossom, Potter's Pink, Caput Mortem, Mayan and Asphalt, and you can see all the colours that I've swatched out on the side, and I will link everything in the description box underneath. Remember to use what you have based on the colours that you've got in your own kit. I'm beginning by mixing Peach Blossom with a tiny bit of Mayan to give us a lovely soft peachy tone. This needs to be quite watery for our first wash, so this is the kind of colour that we're looking for. This doodle is meant to be a fun and easy project for maybe on days where you're looking for something quick to do, where you want fast results, using my Learn to Paint as you paint method. Now, if you want to grab your free outline, here's how you get it. So to join Patreon for free, go to my homepage, follow the link to Patreon, click Join for Free, and scroll down to the YouTube weekly outlines. So once you've got your free outline and traced it down, you need a really soft pinky peachy tone like this. You could use a watered down red with a tiny bit of white, anything like that. Don't be too fussy about your colours. As I've said, I'm using my favourite paints and you use the ones that work best for you. You don't have to be colour accurate for this project, just paint along with me and have fun. So we're taking this colour all over the macaron. Now this will be our base colour, so we're going to be building on this as we work through the project, letting each layer dry before applying the next. I'm using a number 8 size brush for this, by the way, in case you want to use something similar. I've now switched down to size 2, dropping in a slightly darker colour here. I've added a tiny bit of Caput Mortem to the original mix and we're just dropping it in while that paint is still damp, just to give us a little bit of an idea where we're going to drop the pigment once things are dried down. Just patting and releasing the brush. You don't have to be accurate with this one, as I said, we're just having fun and practicing how to watercolour paint. We're going to let things dry, and once things have dried down, we can start to think about our second layer. I'm mixing a little bit of red here and mixing it in with a tiny bit of that Caput Mortem. We're looking for a sort of shadow colour at this point, and I'm using the wet in wet technique, but this time only on the middle section by adding water to my watercolour paper and then dropping in that other pigment where we've dropped in that water so that the paint will just blur into that section. Using the patting and releasing technique, as you can see here. Now we are painting something a little bit different here on my YouTube channel, because if you've been here for a while, I am a botanical artist and like to paint plants and flowers and all of that kind of stuff. Now, if you are interested in painting in a more detailed way and you love painting botanicals, then although we have a free Patreon level where you can get your outlines, we do also have a paid membership level. So if you like painting botanicals, let's just take a little minute to check out what you get. If you enjoy my watercolour tutorials here on YouTube, then you're going to love what's waiting for you over on my Patreon. By joining, you'll unlock exclusive content that you won't find anywhere else, packed with tips, techniques and inspiration to help you become a more confident artist. I've created 3 membership tiers so that you can choose the one that fits you best, our Clematis being the most popular, offering all my monthly watercolour tutorials, no matter what level you're at. But if you're serious about improving your painting, our Rose tier is perfect for you, because this mentorship level gives you one-on-one video calls with me where we can chat about your progress and troubleshoot any challenges to explore new ways to elevate your art. Finding content on Patreon is super easy now. The Collections tab keeps everything organised by theme or subject, and the handy search bar makes it easy to find exactly what you're looking for. So if you're ready to unlock your creative potential, build your skills and connect with a supportive community, join me on Patreon today. So if you want to check out my paid Patreon and you want to take advantage of our annual membership for a further 10% discount, do check us out. All our videos here on YouTube are completely free. The Patreon tutorials are written for just for my patrons, and our tutorials right over here on YouTube are for everyone to join in with. My mission is to get everybody painting, no matter what your budget, no matter what your paints, so that you can learn to paint and have some fun and paint along with me. I've just mixed another mix of the initial wash, a little bit of Mayan with a tiny bit of peach blossom. You could use a very pale pink colour instead. All the paints I'm using today, by the way, are from Deep Light. They are my favourite brand, and I am a brand ambassador, so I'm going to use them because I love them. So as I said at the start, use the colours that you prefer, but if you did want to treat yourself to these particular colours, I will link them all in the description box underneath this video, along with the other materials I'm using today. And if you did want to treat yourself to any paints from Deep Light, these beautiful handmade paints, then I will give you a discount code, which I'll pop in the description, and you can get 10% off. They are handmade with love and care from the most divine people I've ever worked with, so do check them out if you're in the market for something new and a little treat for yourself. The colour that you can see me mixing here, two colours. We've got Potter's Pink and a colour called Asphalt. Asphalt is a delightful granulating colour, which I love. It's great for painting things like this. It gives that little bit of extra oomph to your paintings, to give them a little bit of texture. And that granulating asphalt is just a beautiful, beautiful tone. And we're going to be using that later on for the shadow that we've got underneath the macaron. By the way, if you enjoy this little project, I have painted something similar a little while ago where we're painting this macaron in a little bit more detail, and I'll put that right at the end of the video near the outro so that you can click through to that and check it out if you want something a little bit more detail and maybe you're feeling a little bit more ambitious. You can see me here just using any colour on my palette at this point just to create a little bit of texture. So you can get that free outline, as I said, over on Patreon, or you can just draw it freehand if you want to. There's nothing to stop you from doing that, but it's my job to make things easy for you. So do check out that little outline if you want it for free. It's my gift to you so that you can join in with me here on my YouTube channel. And you may want to consider subscribing if you haven't already. And you might, if you are enjoying it, hit the like button underneath. It just means that you're telling YouTube that you're enjoying what I'm doing, and it will help more people see my content so that they can enjoy it also. Back to the Mayan colour that you see me mixing here, and we're just adding a little bit of contrast here and there. You can see all the different colour swatches that I've made with just these few colours. Watercolour is all about layering and adding depth and form. You don't have to be colour accurate with this one. It's just a case of, applying different layers and seeing where you go. Trying to make it as simple as possible. And like I said, you don't have to have the same colours as me. Use the colours that you have. I'm just mixing up another pale pink colour, this time adding it to the top of the macaron just to enhance that pink shade. I'm not adding these colours everywhere. I'm leaving some of that initial wash untouched so that you can see the lighter colour popping through underneath. Just spreading it around with my watercolour brush there and just adding it here and there, as you can see me doing as I work through this tutorial. I'm adding a little bit of water underneath the macaron because at the moment it's just floating in thin air. So where I'm applying the water, I'm then going to drop in that beautiful asphalt. If you don't have that colour, you could use something like a Payne's Grey. It won't give you the same effect, but this one is very granulating and it looks really beautiful. So I'm dropping this in just where I've put that water, and it's just going to run into that damp paper. This little watercolour pad that I'm using today, by the way, is from Caddy. I bought it from Jackson's a little while ago, but use your favourite watercolour paper. We all have our favourite paints and paper, and I do say this a lot. I think it's important that people realise that you don't have to use the same colours or paper or brushes as the tutor or the person on YouTube or wherever you're watching your videos. It's better to get used to the colours and paints and paper that you have within your own set. That way you're not spending money unnecessarily, and of course it'll get you used to the paints that you have yourself. I'm just adding a tiny bit of pink to the base here just to give it a little bit of reflected colour. Okay, so everything's dry again now. We need to start thinking about adding a tiny bit more detail. taking up a tiny bit of that Mayan along with Peach Blossom as we did at the start, this time adding a little bit more of that red tone, and you can see how it's come out to that beautiful pink shade that I'm popping on to the top of that macaron. Just adding a little bit of water to blend into that watercolour paper, taking care. This is a handmade paper and it doesn't take many layers of watercolour because it can get a little bit pilly and start to disintegrate. So I'm handling it with care today, just gently patting the brush, working around the macaron, retaining some of that lighter colour just to give it a bit of dimension, and adding some of that shadow tone to the top. You could paint this in any colour you wanted to, really. You could have a lemon macaron, you could make it a blueberry one, whatever takes your fancy. And we're just going to continue the process right to the end. Stay right until the end. I'm going to stop talking and play you some soothing music. Remember, you can share your finished paintings on our Facebook group, which I have also linked in the description box. Stay until the end and give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the video. I'm going to say goodbye and let you watch the rest of this in peace. My name's Ray Campbell and I'll see you soon.